In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, we give Him praise and thanks for His mercy and His goodness to the members of the human family. Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, that whenever any member we give Him praise and thanks strays from His mercy and His goodness and loses to the members of the human family. Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, that whenever any member we give Him praise and thanks strays from His mercy and His goodness His favor before He punishes. He always raises from among the people a prophet or a messenger to whom He gives what is called divine revelation, scripture. And by means of that revelation, He guides the people back to His straight path and to His favor. We thank Him for Moses and the Torah and the Israelite prophets that gave us the Old Testament. We thank Him for Jesus and the apostles who gave us the good news of the gospel and the scriptures of what is called the New Testament. We thank Him for Muhammad ibn Abdullah, through whom God sent down His final revelation to humanity, the Quran. Peace be upon these worthy servants of God. I am a student of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, and I could never thank God enough for His merciful intervention in our affairs. Searching, seeking, and finding that sheep that was lost. Coming to find His people who were stolen from the east and brought to the west to be made slaves and burden bearers of the real citizens of this nation. What most of us do not know, it is like God through the prophet Abraham gave us a sentence of time. But when time have you been to prison? I hope that you haven't, but so many of us have. Lord, when the time comes for you to get out, you don't want to hang around. In fact, you start getting ready before the morning of your leaving prison to get out to meet your family and your friends. What you have not maybe realized is that God said to Abraham in the 15th chapter of Genesis, know of a surety, Abraham, that your seed is going to be a stranger in a land that is not theirs. And they're going to serve a strange people in a strange land for 400 years. He said, but after that time, I will come And I will judge that nation which they shall serve. And afterwards shall they come out with great substance and go to their fathers in peace and be buried in a ripe old age. How long we've been here? We've served the 400 years sentence in a strange land among a strange people who have afflicted us every day of those 400 years up until this very moment. So God has fulfilled his promise. He came and he found us robbed and spoiled, wearing the name of our former slave master, speaking the language of our slave master. And about 240 years ago, the same slave master who didn't want us to learn how to read and write finally said it was not incompatible that we should be slaves and Christians at the same time. So they made us Christians. We've been better Christians than they are. We love them, but they have not shown no love of Christ for us. None whatsoever. So our time of servitude is up. Our time of living in a strange land is up. God wants to give us a land of our own like he did the children of Israel 4,000 years ago. He doesn't want us integrated into our slave master and their children. He wants us to come out of them because America now is under divine judgment. So God is giving them and us a period of grace. Grace to see if the slave master wants to live a little longer by letting you go and giving you a good send-off. He wants to see if they would be kind to their ex-slaves who have fought for them, bled for them, died for them. While at the same time we died for their freedom, we are still around here singing, "We shall overcome." But some of you elders, you have to remember what happened to the elders of Israel. They didn't want to leave Pharaoh. I heard the brother that spoke before me talking about some house Negro. They don't ever want to leave Massa. Massa, you sick, we sick. You hurting, Massa? We all is hurting. Some of us are just like that. And some of us that are preachers, I'm happy to see preachers. Because you are the hope and you could be the damnation of our people. Did you see the movie Birth of a Nation? Maybe it's a little too much for you, I know. Them black folk was killing white folk. I know that's a little hard for you. I understand.
You're at home, Doc. Go ahead.
I understand. But Nat Turner knew how to read.
Yes, sir.
So every intelligent black person who knew how to read, what they wanted to do was make us a preacher.
That's right. That's right. Yes, sir.
And then they would tell us what to preach.
Thank you, Doc. Thank you. Teach, minister.
Now you go and tell the slaves, don't take master's chicken. Be kind to massa.
Teach us, sir.
If he slap you on one cheek, show him the other. And pray for them that are despitefully using you.
All right. Tell it.
And remember that if they take your coat, go give them your pants.
Yeah. Think about it.
You just go naked, but you make sure they clothed.
That's right. That's right.
And Nat Turner was preaching that kind of gospel to the rebellious slaves.
Right. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And dear pastor, that's the role they want you to play
Teach, Doc.
in a time of the rise of your people and the anger of your people against injustice that continues to this very moment. Now, every preacher in the house, you are a watchman on the wall for God and for your people.
Yes, sir.
So a watchman on the wall is watching for that which is coming to wreak havoc on that which he's watching for.
Teach, Doc. Come on now. Yes, sir. That's right.
To sound the alarm. But if you fall asleep on the watch because master has offered you a little fried chicken round the back door and a buttered biscuit, now I know there ain't no preachers in Charleston like that. There are some like that. Yes. I want to give you the greetings first. We say it in Arabic, but it means peace be with you.
Yes, sir.
Assalamu alaikum. Now, I've been trying to get here. Not for 1 year, as Brother Fontaine said, but it's over 2 years since the 9 members of our family were shot down. I've been trying to get here to pay respect to that church, that pastor that was slain, and those beautiful Christian worshipers who allowed the devil into their worship service. Who had murder in his heart when he came to the door. But our beautiful hearts, we welcome Satan in and gave him the warmth and reception of a true Christian heart. He sat among us.
Yes, sir.
Listen.
He prayed with us.
Listen.
And then took out his weapon and killed as many as he could, but he left one alive.
Think about this.
to go and tell the story. Because he wanted to produce a race war. Knowing that we can't compete with the armed forces of this enemy. So that if we rose up, they could come in with their tanks and slay us wholesale. They're angry with us.
Yes, sir. Come on.
They were so angry when a black man went to sleep in the White House.
Speak on that. Go ahead.
They were so upset when Michelle bought the hot iron in there for he said, but the slave, we built the White House. And white folks say, yeah, that's what slaves do. We built all the great houses in the South. White folk are not the builders. We were the builders. You're not a builder because you just happen to learn a trade. You're a builder because you are children of a master architect. A man that got hit in the head and was taken on a westerly course and buried in a shallow grave in the North Country. It's you, the master builders, whose fathers built the pyramids, whose fathers gave civilization to the world. Yes. You are their children. And their DNA is all up in you. Now God saw you. He knew he was the one that had the master grip to raise you.
Yes, sir.
So he came after you.
Listen.
He didn't have a cat's paw.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Because he knew there was a lion in that shallow grave.
Yes, sir.
It took a lion's paw to raise Hiram.
Come on, minister.
And then when you get up in your 32nd degree, you're talking about Solomon.
Yes, sir. Teach us.
Some of you are 32nd degree and 33rd degree.
Come on, man.
But 33 degrees of a circle.
Yes. Teach. Yes, sir. Teach. Yes, sir.
You just crawling.
That's right. That's right.
You're not up yet.
Minister.
But when you're up, you're at a 90-degree angle.
Talk, minister, talk.
You're a builder.
Yes, sir.
So God saw you.
Yeah.
He didn't choose you because you were righteous.
Teach, minister.
Because a wicked man had us in bondage and made us into himself. So you ain't holy. What? You know I can't lie to you. That wouldn't be right. But Jesus said, the kingdom of heaven is within you.
Yes, sir.
Well, how much hell is coming out of where the kingdom's supposed to be? Every pastor in here know what hell is like just dealing with his congregation.
Come on, now. Preach. Yes, sir.
And ain't no white folks in there.
Speak.
But the devil is there.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Can I get a witness?
Yes, sir.
There's no organization, no mosque, no temple where the devil isn't in there raising hell but look like us. How did you get to be a devil? When you are made in the image and likeness of God. How did you get to be that?
That's it.
See, devils lie. Born liars. Lying is their mother tongue. They can't help it. They open their mouth, it's a lie.
Come on now.
How did you get here? Oh, well, we found you in Africa swinging in trees with bones in your noses, and so we thought, oh Lord, look at these people with these fine bodies, strong looking but dumb, so let's take them to America and make them slaves.
Teach, minister.
And they've been lying to you ever since we were brought here. And they keep us divided, one against the other, through the telling of lies, falsely accusing one of us from the other to get us fighting and killing each other.
That's it. That's it. Teach.
Go ahead. That's right. Teach us.
They hate our unity.
That's it.
So if we start coming together, they're frightened. Let's go down to the church. Faircon is coming. Then they start lying. Oh, it's been canceled. Oh, they're charging a lot of money for you to get in.
Speak.
Why are they so afraid of me that I had to wait 2 years and 4 months before I could come because of the goodness of Reverend Isaac Holt Jr.? Preachers turned me down. That's a Muslim. You don't let them Muslims in our Christian church. Well, we're going to have church tonight. And this Muslim is going to teach about Jesus Christ tonight. You're going to learn something about your Lord and Savior tonight. But wait a minute, Faircan. Y'all believe in Jesus? Of course we do. We don't only believe in him, we try to walk in his footsteps. See, you're not a Christian because you wear a cross around your neck. You're a Christian when you try to be like the Master, to be Christ-like in your speech, in your actions.
Go ahead.
Well, I don't believe you're a real Christian. You know, when they made you a Christian, just remember who made you one. Because you didn't know nothing about it when you came here on a slave ship. Like Kunta Kinte, many of you were Muslims. What?
Yes, sir.
Now don't get upset.
Teach us.
Jesus was a Muslim. Now just a minute. Now wait. Now, wait a minute. What is a Muslim?
Teach.
That's an Arabic word. That's like me asking you, would you like some dinero? And you say, I don't want none of that. What is it? If I translated it and said, oh, it's money, give me all you got. Muslim is an Arabic word which means one who submits his or her will to do the will of God. That's all it is. So when they asked Jesus, now look at this. They asked Jesus, or they started talking about him, and they said, good master. He stopped them right there. Hold it. Why callest thou me good? There's none good but the Father. Well, wait a minute, Jesus. We know you're a good man. But the people were trying to put all the goodness and holiness and righteousness on Jesus, but Jesus did not want the people to worship him.
Teach.
Jesus wanted the people to follow him.
That's right. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Worship the Father. For those who worship the Father, worship him in spirit and in truth. Come on, Christian, we're going to talk today. I'm in love with Jesus. That's why I'm in so much trouble.
Go ahead, teach us.
Yes. Teach, minister.
And if you're not in trouble and you love Jesus, you better check out the Jesus you're in love with.
Yes, sir.
Jesus told his disciples, they will hate you
That's what they said.
for my name's sake. So don't expect they're going to love you because they hated me before they hate you. And they hate you because of me.
He said.
Now let's reason now, pastors.
Yes, sir.
Let's reason, Christian family. When we leave here today, I want you to know that I am your brother. I'm not no enemy or stranger. I am your brother in Christ.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, I think we ought to start with names. Because Jesus didn't know anything about Christianity.
Teach that. Teach that. Teach. Go ahead. Teach that.
Oh, Lord, have mercy. And you're going to fight me. Because they say I'm a Muslim. And you say, well, I'm a Christian. And this is our Christian house. And a Muslim shouldn't be in our Christian house. See, you're so blind.
Teach us. Teach, minister.
No, Jesus didn't know anything about it.
That's right.
In fact, it was at Antioch
First call. Right. Yes, sir.
where they were first called Christians.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's right.
Now, Antioch, where is that?
Teach.
That's not in Palestine,
Teach now.
where Jesus taught.
Come on now. Come on.
That's in the Gentile land, where Paul was teaching.
Teach.
We're going to theology school tonight. Say, but what were they called before they were called Christians? Since they were called Christians for the first time at Antioch.
Teach that. Yeah. Right.
And they were called Christians because Peter came to the realization. See, Jesus was not an arrogant person telling people, you know who I am. Some of us can't get a position.
Teach that. Teach that.
We want to wear it on our sleeve, put it on our hat.
Teach that.
You know who I am? I'm the mayor.
Yeah.
Every Thursday night the vibe is set. Brother Leo and Sister Claudia, you won't forget. They're bringing truth, they're bringing light. Tune in, let them spark your mind tonight. The Imagination Show. Oh, every Thursday let it flow. Oh, Brother Leo, Sister Claudia, in the glow. It's the place to be, you already know. They talk that talk, they walk the walk, breaking it down, no need for small talk. Wisdom flying like the eagle's soar. You'll leave with more than you came here for. Open your heart, let your mind expand. Feel the rhythm, take a stand. The Imagination Show. Oh, every Thursday let it flow. Oh, Brother Leo, Sister Claudia, in the glow. It's the place to be, you already know. Open your heart, let your mind expand. Feel the rhythm, take a stand. The Imagination Show. Oh, every Thursday let it flow. Oh, Brother Leo, Sister Claudia, in the glow. It's the place to be, you already know. Soulful voices on the air, breaking barriers everywhere. Turn it up, don't let it fade. Thursday nights are tailor-made. Soulful voices on the air, breaking barriers everywhere. Turn it up, don't let it fade. Thursday nights are tailor-made.
Praise be to Allah. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Most Merciful, I bear witness that there is no God but Allah, and I bear witness that Muhammad is his servant and messenger. I want to greet you, my dear, beloved brothers and sisters, Imagination family, in the greeting words of peace. We say it in Arabic, Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
Welcome, 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 dear beloved family, to another episode of the Imagination Show. My name is Brother Leo Muhammad, and sitting alongside me is my beloved wife and dear friend, Sister Claudia Muhammad.
In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Most Merciful, I bear witness that there is no God but Allah, and I bear witness that Muhammad is his messenger. I greet you all in the greeting words of peace of Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam, beloved.
And welcome again to another edition of the Image and Nation show. I pray that you are all safe and well. And I'd just like to say from the beginning, happy birth anniversary to our mother, Khadija Farrakhan. I cannot believe that she's 90 years old.
90 years old.
Where has the time gone?
Yeah, praise be to Allah.
Time is absolutely flying, but she is an absolute role model to all of us, you know, how being a wife, a mother, a sister.
That's right.
Absolute beautiful sister.
First lady of the nation of Islam.
And you think the thing is, you don't hear from her, but her actions. You see her actions, and look at her husband.
Absolutely, her actions speak louder than words. She's not, you know, in the front giving the lectures or whatever, but she is the wind beneath the wings of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, and has been there for now 70 plus years. What a beautiful.
And it's a beautiful story, isn't it?
It is. It is.
Beautiful.
They were childhood sweethearts.
8 and 11 years old.
Wow.
Amazing. So all praise is due to Allah.
Praise is due to Allah. Yes. Thank you, family. Well, welcome. As always, please make sure to hit that like button, man, and share the Imagination show. Put it out in your circles, in your network. And of course, subscribe to the Image and Nation show, dear family. We want to grow the show. We want to develop it. We want it to go from strength to strength. As always, I want to encourage you to call a friend, a loved one, somebody that you care about. Tell them that the Image and Nation show is live right now on Zoom and also on YouTube. Dear family, we are not going to be messing about this evening. We want to get right into our subject matter and really try to, you know, have a very succinct show to the best of our ability. And so, you know, without further ado, let's get right into it. Let me remove something from my screen. Okay, so welcome to episode 210 of the Imagination show. Today is Thursday, November the 27th. November is nearly gone. And then we're right into that crazy, silly season that they call Christmas. And family, you know, I just really want to remind you that it's nothing to do with Jesus, nothing to do with holiness and righteousness, everything to do with pagan worship and madness, you know, drunkenness, debauchery, you name it, that goes down around that time period. And so I would encourage you not to get yourself involved in all of that stuff, brothers and sisters. You know, by all means, get together with family. It's a wonderful time for family to be together, but please try and stay away from the alcohol and the, you know, the drugs and all the rest of the stuff and the bad food, the pork, the ham, all of this stuff, man. It's very, very detrimental to your well-being, very detrimental to your health, brothers and sisters.
It's such a wonderful feeling during that time, the Christmas time, that we're not in debt because we don't have to buy anyone a present. It's just a wonderful feeling where you got, just think of it, that you buy presents and that same present goes down in price.
When they with
the sale.
They're saying it's a sale.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's just wicked. It's all just a big trick.
Yes. And remember the words of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan for this time period. Redistribute the pain. Okay. So just stay away from, you know, Black Friday and all of these sales that you're now going to be hit with. Buy this, buy that, and they're going to be trying to get you to go out and spend money that you don't have.
That's right, all in debt.
You see,
lights that you don't have. That light bill.
Exactly. You know, come January, February, you're in trouble because you've wasted so much of your resources on nonsense. putting up some crazy tree in your house that
All
potentially can burn your place down. You know, there's more fires than anything else during this time because people literally burn their place. They have electrical fires because these things are not necessarily safe. So, you know, just to say, family, try and do the right thing. You know, this particular season, and stay away from Christmas, man. It makes a mockery of us as a people. Today's title is Making Our Communities. It really should say making our communities a safe and decent place to live. But you get the gist. Making our communities decent places to live. And we want to entertain any questions that you may have around that subject. So you see Q&A there because, you know, if you have a question that you want to pose as we go very quickly through this, feel free by all means to ask. And if we're able, then we will attempt to answer the particular question. As Sister Claudia always says, we really hope and pray that everybody is well. You know, again, this is the time because it's cold and it's damp. You know, people get sick and whatever. So we hope that everybody is in good health and that you're taking care of yourself, that you're wrapping up nice and warm and not allowing yourself to be vulnerable to the diseases and the germs that are floating around, going around during this time period.
Well, it's like people are deliberately, they just coughing, not covering their mouths. It's just worse.
It's disgusting.
Yeah,
I saw a man yesterday, he was literally hawking and spitting just every 3 seconds along the road. It was just disgusting. Family, today's Imagination show is inspired by the recent men's only meeting that took place on Monday, November the 17th at Mosque Mariam in Chicago and was entitled, Let's Make Our Community a Safe and Decent Place to Live. Question, were you there? If you were there, family, let us know if you were there, if you were blessed to be in the vicinity, you know, to be able to hear what was on offer during this men's only meeting. What do you think about Black men in particular and our people in general being charged with such a responsibility? The responsibility being, let's make our community a safe and decent place to live. What do you think about that? This is what we want you to answer, you know? How do we go about making our community a safe and decent place to live? And, you know, you should know that on Monday, November the 17th, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan was actually in attendance, was present at that men's only meeting. So as I said, if you were there, let us know, family, and you know what did you glean? What did you learn? You know what was on offer at the men's only meeting. Dear family, before we get into our discussion on what it means when we say making our communities decent places to live, let us lay down a foundation, starting with what God promised when he made himself known to us in the 1930s. He said money, good homes, and friendship in all walks of life. This is what God has promised us. The God who came in the person of Master Farad Muhammad, to whom praises are due forever, the finder and redeemer of us who were lost from our people and country for the past 400 years. If you were listening just now to the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan in that lecture with the same title, Making Our Communities a Safe and Decent Place to Live, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan mentioned that 400-year sentence that we as a people have served and the fact that God has come. Brothers and sisters, we do not shy away from this reality and this fact. The reason why you may admire the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, you may admire the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, you may look at myself and Sister Claudia in our little tiny expression of the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and you may think, wow, there's something to this. There's something very beautiful, something very powerful. Well, I'm telling you, family, none of it would be possible if God did not come. God has come. And that's why, despite these rabid dogs, enemies all around the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, they've not been able to shut his mouth, and they've not been able to stop this word from going global, from going universal, from hitting every continent on this planet and touching people in their millions and billions all around this world. They've tried everything in their box of tricks to try to prevent this word, but they have failed each and every time. Money, good homes, friendship in all walks of life. This is what Almighty God Allah promised us. This is the substance that He said, I will come and I will judge that nation whom they will serve, and they shall come out of that wicked, horrible, terrible, decrepit condition that we were placed in for 400 years. They shall come out having great substance. And so, dear family, when we're talking about making our communities safe and decent places to live, that's what we're talking about, man. We are talking about money. We are talking about good homes. And we are talking about having friends all over this world. See, we're not going to pretend that this is some little religious thing, talking about sitting in a church or sitting in a mosque, praying all day long, doing nothing. We're talking about the reality of people's lives that are going to be touched by Almighty God Allah in such a way that He transforms our lives and make life actually worth living. Dear family, do we think a beautiful, well-ordered, safe, and decent place to live is beyond the scope of Black people? And if this is our thinking, that the only safe and decent places must belong to some other people, then what do we do? I just want us to think, when we look at an image like this, for instance, do we see Black people, or do we think that this is somebody else's design, somebody else's domain, somebody else's peaceful, orderly, beautiful community without trash all over the streets and filth and degeneracy and shootings and you name it, whatever? Because we cannot accept, brothers and sisters, this false life that we have been forced into. We must appreciate that our communities can and should look like this and then some. This is just one image of many hundreds of thousands that I could have chosen, but I'm choosing this because it just looks quiet, peaceful, orderly, clean. Do we think that this is beyond the scope of Black people? Go ahead, sister.
Like yesterday when we were out.
Yes.
You got up with the rats.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Yeah. I was in a particular area in London, and it was like we were driving through an alleyway at the back of some shops. And actually, just before I was about to get out of the vehicle to go and make an inquiry, I saw at least 4 rats. I mean, these were big rats run across the front of the area, the van. They were caught in the headlights and they ran from one thing into another thing. I said, my God,
And that's the problem with this. I don't know how it is in America, but over here, if you've got large amounts of garbage, you have to pay for it to
be removed. Yes.
So more and more you're seeing more rubbish being piled up on the side of, what do they call it in America? On the side of roads.
Yes.
People are just dumping their rubbish, and then you've got more rats, more foxes, more wildlife coming into where people live.
Absolutely.
And you see, because it's that mindset, I just wanted to read something from How to Eat to Live, because when God comes, He has to tell us what to eat, because that's so important to how we think.
Yes.
So this is chapter 3, lengthen your life. In order to lengthen our lives, we must begin with what we put in us that retains life. Master Fard Muhammad, to whom praises are due forever, comes to prolong the lives of the believers. There is not a shadow of doubt that He, Allah, has taken the proper steps to give us more life in order to have and enjoy the pleasures of life. Now, would you say, are we enjoying life? Are we enjoying life?
Yeah, remember the question. I always quote Bob Marley. Are you satisfied with the life you're living?
That's right.
You see, because, dissatisfaction brings about change. And so, this dissatisfaction that so many of us feel, it's because change is needed, man.
That's right.
We just cannot settle
We're just being
for,
robbed.
yeah, absolutely.
God.
We cannot settle for this status quo,
That's right.
dear family, because it's very, very unnatural. Please listen to this brief partial quote of what the Honorable Elijah Muhammad instructed us about the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan back in 1972. This is during his Theology of Time lectures. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad was doing a series of lectures entitled The Theology of Time. And this is what he said in 1972. Partially what he said, because I didn't put the full quote in there, but this is what he had to say about the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. He said, I want you to pay good attention to his preaching. His preaching is a bearing of witness to me and what God has given to me. This is one of the strongest national preachers that I have in the bounds of North America. Everywhere you hear him, listen to him. Everywhere you see him, look at him. Everywhere he advises you to go, go. Everywhere he advises you to stay from, stay from. For we are thankful to Allah for this great helper of mine, Minister Farrakhan. These are the words of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And I've got to say, family, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad is not a man who used words in an idle fashion. There was no words that he spoke once he met with God that were throwaway words or idle words. Every word carried tremendous meaning and carried tremendous weight. And the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is a man likewise who was fashioned by God for this time period that we are in, fashioned, dear family, to really help us to be delivered from our enemies and to be able to move from this terrible condition into a new reality. Hence, a safe and peaceful and beautiful community. And so, make no mistake, when we're quoting the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, it is because we know that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad instructed us to look at this man, to listen to this man, to follow this man's guidance, because he today is the guide for humanity. Dear family, I want you to now listen to the profound words of guidance that we have lifted from self-improvement, the basis for community development, by the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, because this is the man that God has given to us today. Listen to the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan's words. He says, this activity of land development is going on in Phoenix and in cities around the country. The minister was actually speaking in Phoenix when he gave this particular lecture. This activity of land development is going on in Phoenix and in cities around the country, and indeed around the earth. However, to those who spend those hundreds of millions and billions of dollars building structures, unless we build people, unless the human potential of people is developed, then man in his underdeveloped state will ultimately destroy the cities that he has built because of revolution and war. I really want you to think, family. See, because I think sometimes with our lack of infrastructure as a people in many parts of the world where we live, we think that it's just really about maybe having big buildings and shiny buildings and having these material resources, and that somehow is going to change our condition. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is making it abundantly clear here that, okay, fine to have buildings and structures, but unless you've built the people,
That's right.
unless the people have been through and are going through a process of self-improvement, that community will never really be developed. And in fact, the community is in danger of being destroyed if the human being remains underdeveloped. And that's what we're witnessing on our planet right now. The vast majority of humanity is underdeveloped. And I'm not just talking about the masses of the people, I'm talking about the so-called leadership. You see, because that's why they can bomb and vandalize other people's countries, with weapons and all kinds of crazy stuff that goes on, because it's the thinking and the behavior of an underdeveloped mind, an underdeveloped heart, an underdeveloped mentality that leads to that type of bestial behavior.
The food.
You see? So as human beings, dear family, we must focus first and foremost, if we're talking about making our communities safe and decent, it starts with the man, it starts with the woman. You see, that beautiful, I don't know if you've gone out sometimes in the winter, when it's like in the morning and you see the spider's web and it's got like the water on it glistening, and it's such a magnificent structure.
Amazing.
You see, and sometimes you see that in the summertime, the spider's web that's been fashioned within some bushes or or near a tree or something like that. But the point is that you can't have that beautiful geometric structure unless you got a spider. It begins with the spider. It comes from the spider. It's not some accidental apparition that just appears. The creature has to produce that. And it is you and I, it is the human being ultimately who has to produce the infrastructure for the society, for the cities, for the nation. And if the persons are underdeveloped, if we're not wise, if we're not intelligent, see, if we have little or no understanding about what this life is supposed to be about, then the whole thing, whatever it is that we build, as the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan says here, will be destroyed through revolution and war. So, dear family, the minister continues. These are quotes from Study Guide 1 in Self-Improvement, the Basis for Community Development. The minister says, so the scripture is right in teaching, what would it profit a man if he gains the whole world and loses his soul? What would it profit us to build magnificent structures, beautiful buildings, magnificent bridges, build with magnificent technology, and the soul of those human beings are wretched and deprived and underdeveloped and rotting from within? How does one lose one's soul? What is so important about the soul or the essence of our being that if we lose it, we lose everything? I put an image here of Floyd Money Mayweather, who I've always admired as a fantastic, awesome boxer, as really a man who in this era, in his era as a boxer, is unparalleled, is second to none. I've got to give him credit for my own personal observation of his skill and his prowess in the boxing ring. But when it comes to this worship of money and some of the things I've recently seen or heard him expressing, my God, what should it profit a man if he gains the whole world and loses his soul? I just want us to think about these things, dear family, because we are talking about making our community a safe and decent place to live, and it cannot be done unless there is such a thing as self-improvement. And that self-improvement, in my humble opinion, must come with the guidance of Almighty God, Allah. That self-improvement, it's not from these gurus and these talking heads that are all over the online sphere, the online domains, where they're offering this solution and that solution to this problem and that problem. But to me, if it's not coming from God, if it's not authored by God, if it's not coming through his servants that he has raised for our edification, for our growth and development, then, you know, to me, it's very hit and miss. Okay, you got some intelligent people out there, some wise people who've got some good advice on many and various things. But what we're talking about here is the guidance for the members of the human family that comes from Almighty God. Dear brothers and sisters, in the book of Mark, chapter 8, verse 36, again, this is where you can find that particular chapter and verse. In the book of Mark, chapter 8, verse 36, the question is asked, what shall it profit a man if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? It is said that Jesus, and I've put in here brackets, Farrakhan, asked this rhetorical question to highlight the spiritual value of a person's soul over material wealth. It's not about the material, dear family. Seek ye first the kingdom of God and all of its righteousness, and then all of these material things will be added onto you. But you have to have the proper groundation to be able to handle having things, having money, good homes, and how to maintain friendships in all walks of life. Dear family, the verse from the Bible, what shall it profit a man if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? The verse emphasizes that no amount of earthly gain is worthwhile if it leads to the loss of one's eternal soul, if it leads to the loss of your humanity. If it's a case where now, you know, I'm willing to take some money to go and take somebody's life. You understand? If now I'm going to take 30 pieces of silver to sell out my brother or sell out my sister, well, is that worth losing one's soul over, losing one's humanity? No, family, it certainly isn't. You know, when we're talking about community development, let's have a look at what's happening in one little corner of the African continent at the present time.
Since becoming the president, Captain Ibrahim Traore of Burkina Faso has embarked on a series of ambitious projects that aim to transform Burkina Faso through revitalizing the country's economy, infrastructure, and social systems. These development projects reflect President Ibrahim Traore's commitment to fostering sustainable development, enhancing self-sufficiency, and improving the quality of life for the people of Burkina Faso. In today's video, therefore, we are going to cover the 20 mega development projects transforming Burkina Faso under Captain Ibrahim Traore. Number 20. Inauguration of tomato processing plants. The government of Burkina Faso, under Captain Ibrahim Traore, established 2 tomato processing plants in Bobo-Dioulasso and Yako in an effort to reduce reliance on imports and support local agriculture. These facilities process locally grown tomatoes, enhancing food self-sufficiency and creating employment opportunities for thousands of Burkinabe people. One facility can process up to 100 tons of fresh tomatoes daily into tomato paste under different brands. Number 19. Burkina Faso Indigenous Electric Vehicle Project. Burkina Faso has made significant strides in its goal to achieve sustainable transportation, marked by the launching of the first 100% indigenous electric vehicle developed by the local company P.O.W.E.R. The vehicles produced from this facility can travel up to 330 kilometers on a single charge, achievable in 30 minutes. The introduction of electric vehicles in Burkina Faso is expected to have a multifaceted impact on Burkina Faso's economy and technological landscape by providing job creation, technological advancement, and reduced environmental impact. Number 18. Air Burkina. Under the leadership of Captain Ibrahim Traore, Air Burkina, the national airline of Burkina Faso, is undergoing significant revival aimed at restoring its operations and expanding its regional presence. The revival process includes fleet modernization, route expansion, and strategic investment. With this revival, the airline plans to introduce new routes to several countries across Africa, a move that aims to facilitate trade, tourism, and economic integration. In order to actualize this dream, the airline has purchased 2 new E-170 aircraft with a capacity of 68 seats.
Dear family, I'm not going to go through the whole 20 grand projects that are taking place in Burkina Faso, but I'm just trying to show you how magnificent it is when the leadership has the right idea, when the leadership loves God, when the leadership loves the people, when the leadership determines to be genuinely sovereign and independent and not be cowardly and kowtow to the enemy and bow down to their wishes from some outside body, some external force. And this is the type of wonderful thing that can be done on behalf of the people when you have leadership like that. You see, when you have leadership who understand what it's going to take to bring about peace and safety and tranquility and harmony within a society. This is what you're witnessing taking place right now in Burkina Faso, with opposition. See, with a determined enemy who wants to go back to the status quo of keeping us in poverty and keeping us absolutely underdeveloped. Here's a leader who is trying to develop his community.
Number 17. Construction of the Bobo-Dioulasso University Hospital. President Ibrahim Traore has spearheaded the construction of a state-of-the-art university hospital in Bobo-Dioulasso. This project is part of a broader national effort to enhance healthcare infrastructure across Burkina Faso. The university hospital is designed to provide advanced medical care and serve as a training center for healthcare professionals. Number 16. Inauguration of the Postal Bank of Burkina Faso. On 7th October 2024, Ibrahim Traore inaugurated the Postal Bank of Burkina Faso, marking a significant step towards enhancing the nation's financial independence and accessibility. The bank, which aims to provide financial services tailored towards the needs of the population and contribute to the country's social and economic development, was launched with a capital of about 15 billion CFA francs. President Ibrahim Traore emphasized that these banks would operate with integrity and serve as a tool for the nation's economic self-determination. Number 13. Completion of the Northern Interchange in Ouagadougou. Under the leadership of Captain Ibrahim Traore, the Northern Interchange in Ouagadougou, which is a pivotal infrastructural project aimed at mitigating traffic congestion in Ouagadougou, has reached the completion stage. Though the project was started prior to his regime, during his regime, the project has accelerated as part of his broad agenda to modernize the nation's infrastructure. This project will significantly enhance urban mobility and stimulate economic activities in the region.
And I do hope, family, that as you observe this, that you understand that this is not just about Burkina Faso. This is about you and I. This is about the rise of our people from really a death blow, whether it was called our enslavement or colonization. This is our rise. This is happening all around the globe. And the enemy is absolutely fighting tooth and nail to reverse all of these changes that are taking place. But Almighty God Allah has ordained that it's time for the black man and the black woman, the black family, the black world to rise.
Number 12. Modernization of agriculture. As a strategy for achieving food sovereignty and national reliance, Captain Ibrahim Traore has prioritized the modernization of the agricultural sector in Burkina Faso. 8. Establishment of a new textile industry. The government of Burkina Faso, under the leadership of Captain Ibrahim Traore, has spearheaded the development of the Aerotex Burkina complex, spanning 42 hectares in Sorgho and 50 hectares in Boromo. This project marks a significant step towards revitalizing the country's textile industry and promoting industrialization. The AES has supported a more stable environment for growth by fostering joint military operations, infrastructure development, and economic collaborations.
Food, clothing, and shelter, banking, you name it, dear family, our brother is taking care of business. You know, Sister Claudia mentioned our dear sister, Mother Khadija, a few minutes ago. So at this time, we're going to have our musical interlude, and then we can have a conversation and, you know, field any questions that you may have at that time, inshallah, and then we'll take it from there. All right. So at this time, dear family, we really want to listen to something very beautiful. In today's musical interlude, we wanted to honor and pay tribute to the 90th birth anniversary of the wife of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, Mother Khadija Farrakhan, with a beautiful song produced by believers here in the UK entitled "No Nation Can Rise Any Higher Than Its Woman." Listen, family.
fullness of time. Were you there? Were you lost? Now you're here. She came to me when I knew not her name. In my mind, I had nowhere to go. Oh, still she came, giving birth to my mind. Take your time, break it down. Now you're here.
God is with you to bless your womb and fill you with his spirit, that you will produce spirit-filled children, children of great vision. Prepare yourself. Come on, brother. Take another look at her. May Allah help each of us understand our value as men, our value as women. When you teach a woman, you teach a nation.
Can rise no higher than this woman.
Hope you enjoyed that, family. No nation can rise any higher than its woman. And we really want to get into our discussion, our brief conversation this evening. First of all, I really want to thank at VFXMBAO for your contribution. And I see you say, Assalamu alaikum. I've emailed Outreach LSG with a video editing sample to help the channel grow. Please let me know. I think that means let me know if it's to your liking. Inshallah, dear brother, I will have a look at that. Or sister, I'm not sure if you're a brother or sister, but thank you for your contribution. And we will definitely take a look to see what you have offered us, what you've sent us. Now, dear family, if you have a question in relation to making our community a safe and decent place to live, or you have a comment on anything that you've seen on the Imagination show thus far as it relates to, how we're going to go about making safe and decent communities, because this is really important when you consider the type of violence and problems that currently exist in many so-called Black communities, what we call the hood, and what goes on. How are we going to go about changing this reality? We see what our brother Ibrahim Traore, Captain Ibrahim Traore, is doing in Burkina Faso, and not just there, but also the other leaders in the Sahel region. They've all come together, formed an alliance. And again, this is what has to happen, family. We must unite. We must help one another. We must feel each other's pain if we are to change our condition. And so we see what's happening on the continent in that part of West Africa. What can we do where we are? We are coming in tonight from different parts of North America, and so I saw somebody on here from Somalia. So what can we do also where we are in order to create the appropriate environment that would help to bring about this type of safety? Remember, right now, I don't know what it's like. Obviously, I read and I hear things that's going on in America with what Donald Trump is doing with ICE, and, with the so-called illegal aliens, and trying to deport people and capturing people on the street, and, brown and Black people, and basically throwing them out of the country. Similar things are happening here in Europe, where, the big conversation on all the radio and TV channels, news, is about immigration and illegal immigration, and basically, these people suggesting that their countries are being taken over either by Black or brown or Muslim people or whatever, really not having any appreciation that they went all around the world destroying other people's countries, destroying other people's nations. And this is just the chickens coming home to roost. In reality, this is what happens when you put out all of this evil. It comes back. What goes around comes around. It's just the way it works. And now you're very concerned about being swamped, and immigration, and you can't hear too many people speaking English, and everybody is foreign. Well, yeah, because that's the time. Your time of rule and domination is up. This is the time of the Black man, the brown man, the yellow man. This is the rise of the majority of the people on the planet, because you're not the majority. You are a very small minority, and your time for hegemony and global domination, it's over. And I know you're going to fight, and you're going to kick, and you're going to scream, and you're going to try, even you may resort to trying to even push a button for a nuclear weapon, but none of it's going to work. And again, I love to quote Bob Marley. That Bob Marley said, "Have no fear for atomic energy." He was talking to us, family. Have no fear for atomic energy, for none of them can stop the time. See, it's time. We're at that time. When you're at the airport and they call final call for you to board, don't mess about, because once that gate closes, man, they ain't opening it for nobody or nothing. And so we're at that time, family. Okay, that's the time. And as much as the enemy doesn't want to acknowledge it, and he wants to pretend that it's something else that's going on, it's that time. It's that time. And Black people, you've got to realize that because it's that time, if you don't self-improve, if we don't unite, if we don't come together, if we don't start to work to build that better, more beautiful, peaceful, tranquil society, then we will have chosen to go down with the chaos and the madness, you see? But you can't stay in the middle. You've got to choose. It's a valley of decision. That's the time that we are currently in, dear family. Let me just read a couple of things that I can see here. Okay, when the devil heard machine gun, that's when they decided to put a hit on Jimmy. Talking about Jimi Hendrix, I believe. Says, we shouldn't entertain ignorance on any level. Today, Americans celebrate the conquering of the American Indians and they call it Thanksgiving. I mean, just think about that.
Alone, isn't
Just
it?
think about how grotesque that is. Because you know, the native people on the continent of North America, when they first met the Europeans, they helped them. They fed them, they clothed them, they literally took care of those people. They welcomed them with open arms, similar to what we did on the African continent, you see? And then their reward was to be slaughtered, to be genocided, and to be left today on reservations. Dear family, somebody says, Shadek says on Facebook, TikTok, no ignorance should be tolerated. Don't forget also, family, in our back room, we've just posted at London Study Group. This is how, if you want to make a donation via PayPal, you can do it via that link that you see there in the chat. Okay, so I'm still waiting for a question. If you have a question, dear family, then feel free to pose it and then we will try to answer it if we can. Good to see you, brother Johnny Mitchell, on deck. And General Louverture says, Nate Parker's Birth of a Nation. That's the movie that the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan mentioned at the top of the show, Birth of a Nation, where the enslaved brothers and sisters finally fought back, okay? And Eighth Electronic says, peace be upon the Imagination family from South Jersey. RJPCW01, Assalamu alaikum. This is your brother Elder Charles checking in for this class, brother Leo and sister Claudia from Jacksonville, Florida. And from Flint, Michigan, we got at 147 Savage 9 and says, Assalamu alaikum, Imagination family, and welcome to today's episode. Oh, that's me. I wrote that. Okay. Assalamu alaikum, brother Leo, sister Claudia Mohammed. Peace from Sweden. That's Ismail Cisse. Love to the family from at Harlem X. Wonderful. Praise be to Allah. You know, family, this is the key. The key thing is that we must self-improve.
That's right.
In the absence of striving for a better me and a better you, then we can't change the reality under which we are currently living. And Bob Marley says, Jerry Dredd says, hatred was our reward for our love. Exactly. Yeah, that's a powerful song. And in the lyrics, Bob Marley says, hatred was our reward for our love. For showing love, we got hatred in return. And I mean, just think about it, man. You know, that's why you need, and that's why we need a brand new world system, because you can't give hatred for love. For love, you got to give back some love. You know that in the Nation of Islam, we're taught that when somebody gives us the greeting, we're to give a better greeting. See, somebody gives you the greetings of peace, assalamu alaikum. We say, wa alaikum salam, rahmatullah, barakatuh. You understand what I'm saying? And peace be unto you, and add some more greetings and blessings to the greeting, because that's how we have to be. We can't give evil for good. But that's this world. I've heard it said by many people, but I believe I did hear it said by the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan on one occasion that every good deed will be punished. Just think about a world like that.
That's right.
Where, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, as an example, is, I've said it before, I'm going to say it again, the most beautiful human being I have ever met.
That's right.
But how is that beautiful human being treated in a world like this? I'm not just saying it because, oh, well, you're a member of the Nation of Islam, you're a follower of his, whatever. Man, I'm telling you, family, that man is beautiful.
Absolutely.
The way that man treats members of the human family, regardless to creed or class or color. Beautiful human being. Unmatched, unparalleled in his ability to be able to feel another's pain and to be able to empathize with people, regardless to who they are. And for that, he's punished by a wicked world. Yeah.
Thinking. And this world is it's a sick world that we're living in. There's a young girl with her garbage, her rubbish.
Yes.
We have these large bins over here. I don't know if they have it.
What would they call that in America? Garbage.
Garbage. I don't know.
Yeah, but it's when Sister Claudia says bin, large bin.
It's a bin outside your house.
Yeah.
And her bin was too full. So she put the garbage next to the bin and was fined £1,000 for putting.
Because the bin was full.
Yeah.
So she put the garbage next to the bin. In other words, the thing is full.
Yes.
So could you take this? But she gets fined
£1,000 for putting her garbage next to her full dustbin. Sick world.
Yeah, and that's the world that we live in now, where any excuse
to get money
that's right, out of the people is being used. Yesterday, there was what they call in this country in the political realm a budget. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, no, go ahead.
The budget, the yearly budget that the government comes up with. And I mean, honestly, family, I'm not going to go through any of it in truth. I may touch on it on another occasion. There's a couple of things there, but suffice to say that, they promised the people during their election campaign that they're not going to raise taxes. And I think this is the second massive U-turn on that pledge or that promise since the election, and it's literally been less than a year that they've been in office, because this is what they do. They lie, and at every turn they conjure up new ways to fleece the masses of the people, and they even they masquerade it as, oh well, they're going to be taxing the rich. People with properties over £2 million in value or whatever. But when you look at the small print, you find that people with houses worth 300,000, 500,000, whatever. I mean, house prices have gone through the roof now. It's just crazy what you have to pay for a 1-bedroom apartment in London. It's just ridiculous. But the point is that everybody, and in particular, the so-called middle classes and poorer people get hit more so than anybody else by these raise taxes. And like I said, it's one excuse after another that they come up with to just try and take more and more money out of the people's pockets. Brother Stephen Brown says, we have garbage bins here as well in the USA, and we call them bins. Okay, praise be to Allah. Because there's a lot of words that we use. Did you all know that in this country, cigarettes were sometimes called fags? Fags. I saw him smoking a fag. That could have a whole different meaning and connotations in some parts, some street vernacular in America. But very interesting.
Yes.
But
it
yeah,
will get worse.
Yeah, and you know, family, it's getting worse. Don't make no mistake about it. As we sit here, myself and Sister Claudia, we're under no illusion about what's coming, what's unfolding on our planet. And that's why the Imagination show is designed to say, image a nation, see something different. See, imagine a different reality, because whatever we can conceive in our minds, we can bring it ultimately into reality. But we've got to be able to see it, image it first, and then work. Absolutely.
That's right.
Have a desire for it.
That's right.
And then work diligently to bring it into existence. No abracadabra, no Shazam, no magic, no spook God, real life God, who is a supreme mathematician and scientist. And so we acknowledge cause and effect. We know that if you do this, this will result. If you do that, that will result. If you do nothing, nothing will result. And so it's not a case of doomsaying and, oh my God, everything is so bad, whatever. No. Okay, you can acknowledge that things are not good in the enemy's world. But what are we going to do to change it? What are we going to do? Not necessarily to change his world. See, because his world is finished. But what are we going to do to bring in our world? And this is what the Imagination show is all about. It's designed, dear family, to encourage us to want to bring about a different reality.
That's right.
And, listen to the language, making our community. Have you ever made anything? See, you've got to have resources, you've got to have techniques, you've got to have skills, you've got to have the wherewithal to make something. It's not like I said, something that we wish into existence, making our community. In the word community is the word commune, is the word coming together, is the word unity, making our unity. We've got to make unity a reality. Otherwise, there is no community. You see, a community cannot consist of a whole bunch of individuals who are just doing their own thing. At some point, the community has to agree on a strategy that is going to be employed by the whole going forward.
When our resources.
Absolutely. It's about pooling resources and bringing together the skills that we all have. I could try and do something for myself, for my wife, for my children, whatever, which is good. But Imagine if there was 10, 20, 30, 50, 100 of us with the same idea, and then we decide to collectively make that idea into a reality with the different skills of the different people. Man,
We've got the skills. That's the thing. We're so skilled as a people.
then it's all over.
That's right.
You see, it's all over, family. But if we're
always looking out to somebody else to do it when we can do it for ourselves.
And again, going back to Brother Ibrahim Traore, see again, look, do you understand that the IMF, International Monetary Fund, the World Bank, all of these entities have been trying to get him to take loans? So I don't know, don't want no loan. I'm going to use the resources of my nation, the gold. See, and I think just recently, I think they found oil also in Burkina Faso. And there are many other rare earth minerals and other mineral resources all over the continent. But, you know, we allow other nations to actually come into the country and mine those resources and take those resources out as raw material, go abroad with them, manufacture them into goods, and then we buy them back at 10 times the price. It's crazy, beloved.
Oh.
Right. So our brother, he's saying, no, that's not going to happen no more. He's now going to manufacture and utilize their own resources for the benefit of the Burkina Faso people and the continent and anybody in Europe or America or Australia and these places who want to purchase these goods. Yeah, you can purchase them, but we're going to be the producers. We're going to be the manufacturers now. We're not going to be allowing somebody else to refine our produce and sell it back to us. Those days are done. And you know, family, I hope you understand what's going on in Nigeria, because Donald Trump, when he said that he is contemplating military action against Nigeria because Christians are being genocided or Christians are being persecuted or Christians are being murdered, I hope you understand that Donald Trump was telling a bold-faced lie. I'm just letting that sink in. He was lying through his teeth. Okay? Christians have been killed, but by the way, more Muslims have been killed by these insurgencies, by these terrorist groups who have been funded by the West to keep the African nations in which these terrorist groups, Boko Haram and others, operating. They've been funded by external forces to keep those countries destabilized so that Western conglomerates, Western companies can go in and continue to take oil, take other minerals and resources out of those countries, out of the continent, almost free of charge. Okay? And what has happened lately in Nigeria is that a Nigerian billionaire by the name of Dangote, I hope I've not butchered his name, but that's more or less the pronunciation. Dangote, if one of you in the chat may want to spell it out and put it in the chat so that people can see, but he has invested in an oil refinery in Nigeria, finally, because Nigeria is one of the biggest oil producers on the planet. But up to this point, Nigeria has been producing crude oil, sending it abroad, selling it abroad to these companies like BP, British Petroleum, and others who have then refined it and then sold back petrol to Nigeria. I mean, it's ridiculous. But Dangote has commissioned the building of a massive oil refinery in Nigeria so that they can now take charge of refining their own oil and then selling it on the world market. This is what is angering Donald Trump. This is what's angering the West. This is why they're now using the so-called murder of Christians as a pretext. Understand, family, the modus operandi, their mode of operation never changes. Okay, you know, for Libya, it was they were going to protect the Libyan people. Have you seen the state of Libya today? Libya is destroyed. It's literally a basket case. When Libya used to be one of the most progressive, one of the most modern, one of the most resourceful African nations on the continent under Muammar Gaddafi. Libya was in a position where it was helping other African nations. Now Libya is a basket case because the West, France, America, Britain, all of them, NATO was going to help the Libyan people against their own leadership. See, this is the pretext. With Iraq, they were going to Iraq because Saddam Hussein had weapons of mass destruction, the elusive weapons of mass destruction that have never, ever been located. Now Iraq is destroyed, well over 1 million human beings dead. Why? Because the real reason was that Saddam wanted to start selling his oil using euros instead of the petrodollar. And this was too much. Muammar Gaddafi wanted to create an African currency backed by gold, the gold dinar. He had to go. You see? The Taliban in Afghanistan, they refused to have a pipeline going through their country to feed the West. So the bombs had to fall on Afghanistan for over 20 years. I mean, come on, family. I really want us to understand today that it is our time to rise, whether locally in our small enclaves of communities in North America, here in the United Kingdom, and in other parts of Europe, Belgium and France, and these places where you have these pockets of Black people. It's time to rise. The African continent, it's time to rise. Nigeria, being the most populous of all the African countries, massive, over 200 million people in Nigeria. I think over 400 languages spoken in that country alone. I could be way off. I think it's even more than 400. But what that shows you when you got that amount of languages is the level of intelligence of the people. Believe me, you know, when you're in a country, just one little language that they got in that country, nah, man, we're highly, highly intelligent. Your average African person speaks about 3 or 4 languages, you know? Yeah, man. We're not stupid people. And the enemy knows this. And the enemy knows that we are the ones with the resources and that they need Africa. Africa doesn't need them. Africa doesn't need Europe. Africa doesn't need the West. Africa doesn't need the IMF or the World Bank. Africa don't need the UN. Because all of these entities, all of these bodies essentially work for the Western power brokers, work for these monetary organizations, see, work for the international banking cartels. This is how the whole system works. And so, in closing, family, what I'm really saying is that, you know, making our community a safe and decent place to live has got to be part of our agenda. And what upsets me, you know, Sister Claudia, one of the things is when I watch the TV sometimes, or, you know, some of the videos that go around on social media, and, you know, you sometimes watch, like, say, an award ceremony or other events involving some of our people who are aspiring to be entertainers, great entertainers, or you know, musicians or actors or whatever, and I hear a familiar kind of pattern of narrative that comes up and out of them, whereby it's always about getting out of the hood.
Oh, yes, yes.
You know, I want to, you know, in order to better myself, you know, I want to leave the hood. And where you're going to leave the hood and go to? You're going to go to Beverly Hills, or you're going to go to some suburb of Paris, or you're going to go to, you know, some rich part of London or whatever. But the idea is to leave your people behind and go to some place where you think the grass is greener, not among your own, but among strangers and people who have essentially exploited your people, my people, our people, and left us in the hood. And now your aspiration is just to leave the hood. No, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan says, let us make our community safe and decent places to live. See, we're not thinking about where we are, turning that into, even the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan has taught us in the Nation of Islam that in our home, make your home, whether it's a one-bedroom apartment or a bed sit, or you have a 10-bedroom mansion, whatever, make your home a mosque, you know, like a holy place, a clean place, a viable place for a sanctuary where you can retreat to and feel safe and comfortable, regardless of what it is. Make it into what you want it to be.
And keep it clean.
Keep it clean. And you know, there's a saying that's gone around, I don't know who coined it, but be the change you want to see.
That's right.
See? Change the situation, because God is clear in his scripture. He says in the Holy Quran, he will never change the condition of a people until we first change ourselves. See, that's the deal. That's the criteria. I keep going back to this, you know, and I hope you're getting it, family. Self-improvement, self-improvement is the basis for community development. It's only when you and I improve, the community will improve. But if we keep looking out, thinking that, well, all I've got to do is get some money and get the hell out of here. No, man. You're running into, well, in Jamaica, we say, out of the frying pan into the fire. You're jumping out of the frying pan into the fire. Telling you, because your salvation isn't over there with those people. Your salvation is right here with your own people, but you've got to make this place, this environment conducive to what you want, what you need, you know? And I'm telling you, man, when you really think about it, it costs you a lot less to fix up your own reality, fix up your own self, fix up your own community, than to go and take all of your resources and try to build up somebody else's reality that don't even appreciate it. You'd be just like those people who welcome the stranger only for the stranger to turn around and do you harm.
I've got a question. Well,
Go ahead.
From Curtis, from Zoom. We need to get away from the baby mother culture court with a view to marriage. Only then we overcome the degenerate behavior. That's right.
Yeah. And I'm not going to make any excuse for that baby mother culture, but I'll just say this because it's relevant. Understand what happened historically. Understand how they used the black man as a stud horse to impregnate the black woman during our enslavement to make babies that then as soon as the baby was born, they would ship that man off to another plantation or ship the baby and its mother off to another plantation, disallowing that man to have the responsibility to raise those children and disallowing that family unity. See? And when that goes on for 400 years, that becomes part of genetic memory. And so there are many people, black men, who impregnate today and run, and they don't even know why they're doing it. But I'm saying, brothers, that's not an excuse. Once you know better, once you know that you're following a pattern that was seeded within you, then we have to break that pattern.
That's right.
Those of you who believe in star signs and all this nonsense where, oh, my star sign says that I'm prone to gambling, and so you're going to go and gamble. No, if it says you're prone to gambling, break that habit. I'm not going to gamble. I'm not going to follow some star sign, some star symbol that condemns me to a life of foolishness and madness. No, man. So, you know, I do hope that we understand that a lot of the things that we currently do is as a result of programming and brainwashing and being born into a system, born in sin, shaped in iniquity, born into a system of sinfulness and inequality that we have now adopted. If you remember at the beginning of the show, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, when he was talking, essentially reminding us that we've become devils as well. You see, we're little devils now, manifesting devilishment based on the fact that we've been so long associated with devils. We're now manifesting that same behavior, and we've got to stop that. We've got to fix that. We've got to return to our nature, which is God and righteousness and goodness. So, dear family, you know,
Don Ronald Thompson said, if you stay in your own community and build it up, we would have more money left over to spend on other projects.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Couldn't agree more myself.
Could you imagine a nice, clean community where you can leave the doors open, the windows open, the children can play. You don't have to keep looking out, wondering who's going to snatch them.
If the brothers come together and we police our own community and we take care of business, man, and we give the sisters something to look at and to be proud of, and the children. You know, listen to what the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said. He said that when we become FOI in the Nation of Islam, and I don't mean pretend to be FOI, I mean real FOI, the fruit of Islam, the men who are willing to train and fix themselves to be in line with the instructions from God. The minister said that We will be the envy of men, other men.
That's right.
See, we'll be the desire of women, and children will want us to be their fathers. I mean, that's the kind of man, and I believe that at the men's only meeting, that's the kind of message that our brothers would have received. And this is what we have to do, dear brothers and sisters. This is what we have to do, family, in producing this community that we all desire. Ibrahim Traore on the African continent is showing, he's leading the way for those African nations, but we got work to do right here in the West as well. And regardless of the threats and regardless of the screams of the enemy and the name calling and all the rest of what you will hear, you see, because the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is our example. He's been called every wicked name under the sun. He's been labeled falsely, and he's been hated without a cause. But regardless, we come together, we unite, and we build a brand new reality for ourselves, our wives, and our children.
And future generations to come.
Future,
it's ordained of God.
The future unborn generations.
That's right.
All praise is due to Allah.
Time is at hand. But it's going to take a sacrifice, and it's 24 hours, 7 days a week. It's not going to come overnight, but the more we work together to make that change, it'd be nice to walk on the streets and actually feel safe and not have to hold your keys in your hand just in case somebody comes behind you. No, it has to change, because Allah will only help us when we help ourselves, and the time is now. And we keep crying, oh, when's it going to change? It will change when we change.
It will change when we change, family. Right. General Louverture says the devil or beast poisoned us. Yes, but we have the cure to that poison now.
That's right.
Okay, let's not sit there thinking that we're poisoned. Understand that we've got the ability now to suck that poison out. We've got the ability now. We've got the antidote to the poison. See, so we just got to apply it and then just keep it moving. All praise is due to Allah. Thank you, family. May Allah bless you. As I greet you in the greeting words of peace, Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam, Brother Leo. And just a reminder, don't forget to subscribe to the Final Call newspaper. If you can't get the hard copy, you can get a digital copy online for a small fee, monthly fee. I think it might even still be $3.
It's a very small.
Yeah, very small. So don't forget, support our own. This is how it starts, when we support each other. And also to the Final Call Radio, absolutely brilliant to be fed the word of God from the Honourable Minister Louis Farrakhan. And also every Sunday, tune in to media.noi.org and hear the lectures from our student minister, Ismail Mohammed, or the other student ministers. It's been some fantastic lectures the last few weeks. So thank you all for tuning in. Stay safe.
Yeah, I just wanted to respond to Ronald Thompson. He said, we had our black community in Tulsa, that's in Oklahoma, and the American government bombed and set on fire. So do you think black people have been put off? Absolutely.
Yes,
a lot of our people have been put off, my dear brother. When Ibrahim Traore first came to power, they actually approached him, the French and some other Caucasians, and they were basically saying, look what happened to Thomas Sankara. Look what happened to all the other African leaders who stood up and attempted to do what you want to do. Where are they now? And so that was supposed to scare our brother and make him to stop and to form an alliance with the enemy to continue the status quo, to continue the exploitation of Africans and black people and the resources, whatever. Ibrahim said, nah, man. See, there comes a time when we have to put aside this fear. this cowardice.
Mhm.
And we have to say freedom or death.
That's right.
You see, it's only then that the enemy is going to back up off of us, when he realizes that we're willing to go all the way. We're willing to die. We're willing to give it all in order for us to be free. That's when you will see the enemy absolutely showing some respect. But as long as he can compromise us by making us afraid, yes, the answer to your question is absolutely, dear brother Ronald Thompson. It's put a lot of our people off because we think, well, man, what's the point in trying if they're just going to destroy? But you see, that's what it's designed to do, to make you think that, to make you think there's no point. As Sister Claudia said, it's a new day.
It's
man.
a different time now. It's totally different.
It's a new day, family. The enemy is now playing bluff.
That's right.
Okay, he can't do what he did yesterday to us because there's a different power dynamic taking place.
That's right.
And so we got to build regardless of his threats and what we think he may or might be able to do. That's irrelevant. Well, you know, I'm a great boxing fan, and I love when I listen to the pre-fight interviews, and a fighter says, they're asking him about his opponent. He said, I'm not interested in him, man. I'm only interested in what I'm going to do in that ring. You understand? I ain't too fussed about what he's bringing to the table. You just take notice of what I'm going to be bringing to that table. And that's the mentality, dear family, that we must have. So, praise God.
That's why it's important to study the Holy Quran and the Bible. It's all written there. It's all in the books. What happens to the righteous, the believers.
General Louverture says Africa should ask Russia to help them becoming a nuclear power. Right now, the Russians are helping Burkina Faso to facilitate their nuclear development in order for them to have nuclear energy, in order for them to power their electrics. Like any modern nation on this planet, they're not going to allow the West to dictate that they can't use nuclear power. You must be off your head, man. Those days are over. Nuclear power is going to be developed among the African nations who develop the right leadership, like Burkina Faso, Niger, and Mali. So just keep watching that space. But in the meantime, family, those of us here in the Western world, let's get it together, man. Time for unity, time to come together, time for us to build this community that we all desire to be a part of. Thank you.
Thank you.
May Allah bless you. And looking forward to next week, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum, family.